last week. Like, his aggressiveness and everything else has been fantastic. And guess what? I have to look forward to one of my favorite players, the guy they drafted number 3, the one that I wanted that nobody else wanted, is finally going to start showing out, and they're just going to trade his ass. And I just can't stand it, John. I'm sorry. You had to carry me through this show because I'm a wounded soldier, dude. I can't stand it.
Well, you're not wrong. I mean, you're not alone, at least in being frustrated. I think everybody's frustrated. I mean, there's no
It's
doubt
just a
that.
waste of my time. Like, I feel like I have to,
Well,
on the one
yeah.
hand, I feel like I have to watch these games. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
I'm not even bothering. I couldn't catch the Toronto game live. I'm in the gym the next morning. I'm planning on watching it the next night to get caught up. And I'm in the gym and it just watching these highlights of us getting our butts kicked. And I was just like, this team they don't have the fire in their belly. And they barely showed it in the second half against Houston.
Well, I mean, I thought they looked pretty good, in that at the end
With
against
you mean
Houston.
with Kyrie on the bench? Yeah,
Well,
awesome.
yeah. Well, you got to take these things in pieces, I think, because you can't. I don't think you can throw it all together. I mean, certainly thrown it all together, it's not working, right? But I think you got to look at the individual pieces and what is, what isn't, and clearly, let's start with a positive. Jaylen Brown's working. Jaylen Brown is doing what Jaylen Brown. He's doing what the team needs him to do, and then some. He's playing great basketball right now. He is. You could say he's the lone bright spot. I mean, I think Al Horford had a pretty good week last week. I don't. I wasn't so excited about the Toronto game, but
Yeah,
but
but
I
for the
thought
most
I thought
part, he's
generally
steady. You can
since the All
give
Star
Al
break he's been
Horford a
good.
pass. You right for
Yeah.
the whole season. You can give Al Horford a pass. For the most part, he's a stalwart, and I know we called him out on the last show because we're saying he needs to be the one to get pissed to finally pull this together, but maybe it's just not possible. But you could pretty much count on him, even though they're getting creamed in the paint, especially in the first half against Houston, just destroyed in the paint. But that's not Al
That's not
Horford's.
him.
That's
No.
team defense.
Yeah. That
So
right.
so
Right.
do you
That's
think
the issue.
Jaylen Brown kind of tightened that up? How about him drawing
Absolutely.
that charge from Harden? That was a great play. I mean,
Rotating the right spot, absolutely. And his pressure on the ball, just phenomenal. I mean, really phenomenal. Really good in that second half.
I like how he's got his handle together in the break and he slows
Mhm.
down a little bit instead of just going right at it and losing the handle, which is why he
Yeah.
just never changed his tempo. He never read the defender. He would just go and go, and he couldn't keep his body together until he finally, when he finally got to the rim. But now it seems like he's got these moments. He'll stop, let the defender go by, go back up. Like it's starting to slow down for him as the old cliche goes.
I think it is, and I think you can see both he and Jason really are becoming players that are becoming very adept at attacking in transition, which is somewhat interesting. As this team kind of develops and grows, that seems to be a strength for them. Uh, we can talk about,
That's
but
my favorite brand of basketball. So
yeah,
we
absolutely.
can finish this about Jalen, and we could go into that and how that's not Kyrie.
Well, Jesus, oh my God. Well, I mean, let's talk about what's working and then build off of that because I think Jalen's working, and I think that right now he is somebody who needs a bigger role. He's closing the games now. I'm glad to see that. I thought Tatum actually played pretty well, especially in that second half. I think he's an inclusion. He's a building block piece. Um, the question's
Time to
consistency with
make him a
both of them.
starter. Time to make him a starter. We
Well,
talked about it a little bit on the
if
last
we want
show, and
to,
he hadn't even had the week he just had.
yeah. I mean, I think we need to talk about what that means in that first unit, because Mook was horrendous in that first half. Just bad, 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 bad. I mean, everything. Missed rotations, not communicating. For all the good we saw of him in the Portland game, or I should say in the Washington Wizards game, the building blocks, bringing soul to the team, I guess. he was bad today, just really, really bad. And you really didn't see him at all in the fourth quarter, which I thought was a good step from Brad Stevens to take him out. Um, but so let's say you take Jaylen out in and you take Mook out. That puts a lot of onus on, I think, Jason Tatum probably to be a better rebounder. He kind of missed that key rebound at the end of the game that PJ Tucker ended up getting. That kind of, if they had any chance, I guess, with about 50 seconds to go, getting that rebound would have been a key spot. Didn't happen, and there we were. I think that's the thing I'm looking at is basically they're going to the whatever you want to call it, but they're lineup of death. With Marcus in instead of Hayward. You know, I- is that the right move? I mean, what do you think? Is that going to help? I know you're going to say Kyrie sucks and that doesn't matter, but I
I'm going
mean,
to say
is
that I
that a
don't
step in
think.
the right direction? I guess.
Well, here's the thing. This would be the test for Kyrie. This is the one thing. This would be the litmus for me.
Yeah.
If you put Jaylen in that starting lineup and Kyrie continues not to find ways to get Jaylen the ball, then in my opinion, see you later in the offseason. Bye-bye.